Hello, everyone, and thanks for checking out this talk. We're going to work on some chord voicings for On Green Dolphin Street. So we'll work through it little by little and talk about, even just some of the decisions that I might, make for putting together a chord melody. So I'm recording this for live stream, or I'm doing a live stream on this, and also recording for a podcast. So so we'll work through everything and get tuned up here and get started. So we're going to do E flat, work in E flat. I was playing around with this a little bit yesterday, and I think that's going to fit what I'm aiming to do. Pretty well. So we'll start with that. So just in general, when we think about a melody, you can put a melody in different parts of the range. So it could be the lowest note, it could be a middle note, or it could be the highest note. So I would say quite a lot of the time it's going to be the highest note. And that's probably the easiest one to kind of convey. I would say, at least for me. But the middle, having a melody right in the middle, then you've really got to pull that out and make that louder. But I mean, everything comes with practice. But oftentimes we're going to put things on top. So that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to choose some voicings and really very practical choices here as far as what we're doing. All right, so let's get started. We'll work with the lead sheet here and then play some voicings as we kind of go along. So again, we're in E flat, right? And just gonna go chord by chord and then just sort of think about this whole process. Okay, so we have an E flat major 7. Our melody note is the root. Okay, so that's an important thing to first start out with, is to think about a little bit about what the root note is, or what the melody note is in relationship to a chord. Okay, so I'll play this voicing to start us out. So it looks like a C minor 7. So that gives us an E flat 6 kind of sound on that. All right, so we're gonna think generally in terms of families. So we think, okay, E flat, we're gonna think of it as a major type chord. So then that has certain kinds of chords that might fit into that. All right. And we're going to play this as if we're playing in a like a trio or something. So we have a bass note going, at least not right now, but that's kind of the intention. Okay. Now let's think about this next chord. We have the major 7 now. So let's play E flat major 7. All right, so we're still, let's see, we had 11th fret, and now we're on 10th fret. Okay, so we get this kind of diagonal shape at the 10th fret. So moving like that. Now when we play this, then we have melody notes right in this chord shape. So we can play right out of that. Okay. Now let's say we go into this next chord. I'm gonna play E flat. So we have D flat in the melody. Okay. So we're gonna play this just really simple G flat major triad. Okay, so we're still we're in 9th position now. So we have this, this, and this. Okay. Right. So far we have this. So we're going to repeat that note again. Okay, and then we're going to move down. And of course we could play that, that E flat. So you could kind of convert this into a more of a solo piece if you wanted to. Okay, so our next melody note is the C. Okay. So the C is a part of the F chord, so we're going to play the F chord. It's the F major triad. Okay, now, this is kind of interesting. So if we have this note ringing out, this C, and then our chord changes under it, we have kind of a augmented triad there, at least for a moment. And then we're going to play the E major 7. So as we talked about last week, this is just kind of moving downward. All right, so 8th fret, and then we have 7th fret. Okay, and the melody notes are just kind of right here in this in the sound, right? So if I can play it, I don't think I can do that. Okay, so all these melody notes are right in our voicing, right? So this is a very dissonant kind of moment here in the tune. And then it's going to resolve nicely onto the E flat. Now, for continuity, you might just land on that E flat major. I'm going to change it up though a little bit. Let's pick this kind of the same voicing that we had before. So 5th fret. Okay. But this time, rather than, so we started on a C minor, putting that over E flat. Now we're on G minor. putting that over E flat. So you can see how much, you know, we're thinking about these different voicings over this E flat. Okay, so those are some things that we can do now. As far as arranging it, you know, this B flat, we got to move to this C7. So you might play, maybe stop the melody and play the C7. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get, well, I guess you could kind of keep that B flat going and change to a C7. It's not a very exciting chord voicing, but let's see what we can do here. Play that. So that's kind of nice. It might be good to play it flat 9 though. So how can we keep? That's a challenge. How do you keep the? Well, this is kind of cool. But again, we're gonna try to kind of keep it practical here. But let's say for C7, we play something as an arrangement here. Let's say we just take this note and maybe rest here and then set up the next chord with the C7. Let's see where we're gonna end up. All right. So let's see. We'll play just kind of a placeholder here, really. Fret 2. I'll play just a real basic C7 there. All right, now F minor 7. We have the 11 in the melody. So you can play this. This works well, but it lacks a third, so that might be something to consider. We could play something like this, which gives us a third, and it's a rootless voicing. Let's go with that. Although no, let's stick with the lack of the third. So over the course of that measure, we will play the third in there, and the ear is kind of already in that key. So we're going to tend to think of it as minor anyway, or not really think about it, but we'll feel it that way. So let's say 3rd fret. So we get this chord. So the F minor sounds like this, and then we're, instead of the 3rd, we're playing the 11. But then we go over to this chord, the F minor 7, then we'll kind of have that 3rd in there too. So just to, I guess, kind of confirm that it's there. So next up, we're gonna play really pretty straightforward 3rd inversion of F minor 7. Okay, and then we're gonna put the 9, or replace the 9 with the root. So we have the root note. Okay, so we're gonna have like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go to B flat 9. So let's do that. That sounds good. Okay, this might be hard to get across here. So we're going to go for this sus sound on this B flat 7. So we're stacking fourths here. Not sure exactly how I'm going to get all this cramped into here, but we'll figure it out somehow. All right. Okay, so the chord symbol is B flat 9 sus. Now, if we really want to get that in, we could do that. But I'm tempted to just play like this. So let's go with that. So we're going to be on the 3rd fret. Okay, and then we're going to move over to the 6th fret and play like this. So we get this chord. Okay, you can kind of hear the sus sound there. Okay, and then we're going to bring the 3rd into things. Still at the 6th fret. Okay, and then we're going to play this. It kind of looks like a G sharp minor 7 flat 5, but over the B flat 7 we have flat 7, 3rd, sharp 5, and flat 9. And then and the melody goes from the flat 9 to the sharp 9. Okay. And then we'll go right back to this voicing that we had played before. So kind of out of context, it appears to be a G minor, but it's over the E flat. And you can think about it that way too. All right, and so here we can really do kind of the same thing that we did. So it's really kind of the same thing, but we're putting it up. It's almost exactly the same. Moving it up to 3 frets higher. And that's kind of where the key goes. So again, we're kind of playing kind of the same thing that we did before. Right up above here. All right, so we have 4th fret for that A minor. So again, we have 3rd inversion. Okay, and then we put the melody note, and then we play the B flat sus, 6th fret, stacked 4ths here. Again, if we wanted to play the 9, we could right over here. So it is a nice sound. Okay, that would be 3rd fret, just 2 frets above the root note. Okay, and then we'll go up to fit all these in here. Actually, if I just kind of copy this down here and change the fret number. All right, so we have fret 6, and then we have fret 9. right? So that makes it kind of easy, to for the fingers to kind of know what to do because they've already worked with that, right? So we move up. All right. To a D flat, 9th fret. Okay. And again, just like lower here, 8th fret, everything's up 3 frets. And the rhythm you might play a little bit differently. Okay, and then we have a 2, 5 back. So the F minor, I think might put a rest under here. So maybe rest, and then you play an F minor. Under it again, maybe just as a kind of a placeholder. And the rhythm, give a chord there. And then here's a real basic chord we could play. So that's 8th position. So we've got just a root position chord. Definitely some things we could do with that. This is kind of a cool chord. A few different things that we could play with all that. All right. So there we have some, I think, really solid voicings that we can use. And I may make a arrangement video from this. We'll have to see where it leads. All right, now the next 8 bars are pretty much the same as the first 8 bars. So let's move down to just closer to the end of the tune. And we'll think about this F minor. So F minor. So we kind of did this before with the F minor, right? So we had 3rd fret, like that. Okay, and then we had 1st fret. Okay, remember 3rd inversion. Okay, and then the melody note is the root, so of the F minor anyway, and then we have the 9. D minor 7 flat 5. Okay, so this is kind of a new one here for us. So we're playing 3rd position and play the 1st inversion of D minor. Okay, and then we start on the flat 5 of that chord and then play the flat 13. Okay, so let's go with a diminished chord here on this next one. So 6th fret. Okay, so that gives us a G7 flat 9, kind of a G sharp diminished. All right, now we have to work in this. Maybe I'll need to make that much smaller here. Let's redo that. So, like I said, I'm going to keep this as, or I don't know if I did say this, but as I normally say, and try to keep this very audio friendly, so everybody can follow along even on the podcast. But so this is available on a live stream, and I'm recording it as well. I may upload it. I'm not sure there's any real significant benefit to doing that, but let's see how that goes. Or, you know, maybe I'll start editing and things like that. We'll see what happens. Okay, and I should get down to my my other studio and play with the backing tracks and stuff, but I haven't done that in a little bit, but I should be getting back to that soon, I think, and hopefully making some videos. I have some plans, but I gotta see them through here. But I also want to make some shorts and things. So if any members have things that they're really kind of interested in, let me know, because I'm looking for ideas. All right, so we get the 6th fret. Okay, now we have a G in the melody, which is the root, but we still want this kind of flat 9, or at least I do. So we'll play this chord, which is pretty cool sounding. So it's 12th fret. Okay, so it's kind of coming out of, so if you had a third inversion, or sorry, second inversion, G7. Okay, and then you replace the flat 7 with a root, replace the root with the flat 9. That's what we're going for there. Okay, and then we're gonna play this for C minor 6. So we're way up here at 13th fret. Okay, and we're playing like this. So it's a actually, you know what we should do? Let's do it like this. Let's change that up a little bit. So this kind of looks like a third inversion of F7, but we're putting it over C. So we get, there we go, C minor 6. Okay, and then we're gonna move it down here to this other voicing, which is 10th fret. Okay, like this. Okay, so that's a C minor 6. Pretty straightforward voicing, kind of like an F9. C minor 6. Okay, now we have A minor 7. So far, we've played, I think every melody note. I think we've played on the first string, so that's pretty wild. So this is kind of the first one. We're going to 2nd string. Oops. All right, I'm going more for this A minor 7 kind of sound here. So we're on, let's see, 4th fret. Okay, and then we're gonna play this note. So similar to before, play the flat 9 and then the flat 13, and then we're gonna go, let's see, what should we do with that? Would be kind of nice to have a voicing common from both. So D7, going to G7. Let's do that same voicing that we did for the G7, flat 9. So we have fret 7. And that way, yeah, we can hang here, play like that. Right, so 7th fret. So think about D7 flat 9. Okay, I'm gonna stray a little bit from there, the chord that's written here. I'm gonna think more like a G minor 7. Okay, so we're here. Let's go with this voicing. That's kind of cool. So we've got 8th fret. Okay, and then let's go to, let's do a C7 flat 9. So we'll have 5th position. It's kind of like a diminished chord, like a G diminished over to C. Okay, and then we'll have F minor, it's kind of placeholder. Again, you can play F7, but I'm just gonna play F minor. Okay, here might be a good spot for this chord voicing we played earlier. Might be a little much, but let's give it a shot. Let's see, I might need to move things around a little bit. All right. So we'll come up with a couple voicings for this one. So this is a nice sound. Like I said, well, I don't know if I did say this, but you know, you might find things work in practice a little differently than they work in theory. So especially when you're, you know, playing, everything's loud and or I mean, like if you're playing live, can be a very different experience. So 6th, or even, you know, recording, or even if you're just kind of playing, you know, around home or something, you might find that some ideas seem really good, but in practice they may not work as well. Okay, again, I'm going to go with, I have a G minor here. All right, so it's basic G minor 7. And then how about something like that? So do a C7, sharp 9. This lead sheet has a little bit of an extended form for this, from the melody. I think we're gonna not do that, at least for this talk. Let's see, so we had, what do we want here? We'll play this again. So this is 5th fret and another G diminished over the C. Again, we're playing, remember, keeping on, we're thinking about playing with a bassist here. So okay, and then we'll resolve that. We'll call this E flat major 7, and we'll go ahead and resolve that in 5th position. Okay. All right, so there we have it. We have chord melody voicings, you know, and then the process from there would be to try it out, play it slowly at first, play it in time, and then kind of see where it goes from there. All right, well, thanks everyone for checking this out. Hope you enjoy it and have enjoyed it. And I will see you all in the next one. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. And thank you to those members out there in the member area. Have a great practice session.